Hi everyone, welcome back to Create Every Day in May, hosted by Jan's Crazy Life. Today is May 16th, 2018, and we are going to be making, you guessed, a card. This is the inspiration for this card. We're going to be making a masculine or black tie affair card. I had spoken to Wandering Dreamer 555, and I had told her I was going to make a masculine card. You know, masculine cards are kind of hard to make, but this is going to be kind of like a fancy zhuzhed up card. And the first thing we're going to do is use our envelope punch board to make the bow. Now I will tell you that it's probably easier if you have your measurements already. What I did though, this is a 1 inch by 11, and what I did is I just folded it in half and folded these. Once I punched this out, I folded this in half, and then I folded that in half because it's easy to do like that. But if you already know your measurements, this is 1 by 10. You're going to go and you're going to punch out your tails first, or you can do this last, but you know, whatever makes you happy. Put it in the center. Punch, flip, punch. Find your center of 10, which is 5. Punch, flip. Trying to make sure it's in the middle as best as possible. Go to 2 because this is what the measurements call for. 5 in the middle and 2 on the ends. Okay. And as I just told you, when I did the other one, I had no measurements. I just did them all halves. For me, easy math is easier than quarters, 8/, 16ths, 9ths, all that craziness. And sometimes you'll have these little pieces left over. I know some people make beautiful things with it. I just throw it in the rubbish bin. So now all you're going to do is you're going to take this over like that, fold, put some glue down, or you know, you can put a little wrap around it, and then there you go, you have your bow. And the same thing with this one. This is one I just kind of created on my own. Same thing, your tails are a little bit long. You can always cut them down. You really can't see because it's black on black right there, but that is that. So we'll be using one of those that we have over there. Now, the one that I did see, the lady has a banner. She has, like, the guy has on, it's a double breast, not a double breast, it's two, she has 2 little shirt pieces on there. I don't know how you say it, but she has 2. I don't have a banner die, so what I did is I just cut this thing in half. I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet and I cut it into quarters, and that is what I use. And this is what we're going to use for the shirt. I'll show you the one that we're going to be using, but I'll show you how you get all the pieces in case you're interested and want to know. Since I don't have a banner die, all I did was I just take this over, take it. This is a longer piece, it looks like, but it'll still work. I think I cut this wrong, but that's okay. Take it, fold it over. Make sure you're cutting from this side, not this side, because you'll have your, it'll be inverted. And just go into the corner. And now you have a banner. I also don't have, or I can't locate right now, a embossing folder that has one solid image. So what I did is I just took my happy birthday embossing folder to give his shirt some detail, and I just ran it through my embossing embossing just like this, and then I turned it around and embossed it just like that, and we got this piece. So this one is a tad bit on the long side. It's a little bit longer, so if you want to, you can always just cut top off versus the bottom. You don't want to mess up your tails. And now we're going to assemble it. I took a black piece of paper, and I wanted to use black as my tuxedo, and I was going to just put this on top, but because this is so light, we're going to be using like this pearl color paper, and it's just a 6 by 6 piece of paper, 12 by 12 that I cut in half. And I really hate wasting this paper. I know I talk about paper, but I have a hard time finding shiny paper. So I'll probably cut this down a little bit to try and figure out what we can do to salvage this. So this is just 6x6 right now, or 6x12, and this is 4.5 by 5.5. So this is 4.5 by 5.5, and this is 6x12. And now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble everything together, and we have our little bow tie. And I have some buttons that I will be using in this project. I have tie strips all over the place. Because this is what I'm thinking, right? So it's gonna, let's see if I can just assemble it without gluing anything down right quick. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this right here, just like that. So we're gonna put in my, and you know what I want to do, I want to put that there. I don't really want to put this shiny piece there, but I do want to use these two buttons. Let's see if you can see them. They are very, very pretty, but they don't have to be girly pretty. It can be very masculine pretty. And I think on top, we'll just pretend like this is our card base. But I think that's going to look so good. And of course you can put a sentiment down here if you want to, like we could emboss something on here. You know, I think I will try this heat embossing one more time. The problem is I don't really have a small sentiment that I know where it's at right now. So give me a second and let me see what I can do. Okay, so he is the man of the moment. I guess I did okay with this embossing. I always want to touch it. I don't know why. And I use this bridal embossing tinsel. I personally am not a fan of embossing yet. I don't like it because I don't know how to use it and do it that well. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not a quitter at everything I attempt to do. But that is just something that I think I'm going to have to keep practicing. And maybe I just don't have the right colors, you know, the things that make me say wow. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on, and I am going to link the person's video or Pinterest or whatever I can that I actually got the inspiration, like this design from. Even though I was inspired by the Recollections paper, I still want to give the lady that I saw credit, because you know, it helps everyone when you're honest about where you get things from. I really wish that the craft gremlins would not come in and mess with my stuff when I'm not in here. I let Nicholas come in here, which was a big mistake, because now I have fur flurries all over the place. So he's going to have to stay out. And you know, when you have pets, animals, especially cats, they can like maneuver in the weirdest places of your house, craft area, and things like that. So I just don't like for him to come in here and mess with stuff. The other day I was on a computer and he went and sat his behind down on the surge protector. I'm like, dude, really? So everything I was working on, he just turned it off. I'm glad I wasn't trying to outbid somebody for like that rare stamp on eBay or something, because I would have lost. Because you know, it takes so many for your, well, for mine, because it's so old. I have an old computer. It takes a while for it to reload. Then it takes a while for it to load up, and then it's like, hey, did you mean to cut it off? Because this was an unexpected shutdown. And I'm like, oh, really, come on. So this is how we're going with this thus far. I really wish I had some better embossing, not ink, but embossing stuff. I'm gonna have to look that up and work on it. And this is gonna go right there. I love it so far. Now, the thing that I don't have, I like this button because it's so simple and elegant. It definitely looks like a man's button. And I was going to put that there, right? But I only have one. So that's why I want to put those two on here just like that. Can you believe I only have one of a button? I guess I could put it right here, but then it kind of looks like a frowny face in my opinion, or some eyebrows, and no, we're not gonna make a face. So I'm going to let my glue gun heat up. I'm going to adhere this down, and then figure out what we're going to put in the center of this bow. All right, so everything is heated up, and you know that I like to cut off my shanks on the buttons because I'm not team shank. So let's see. Now see, I think why? Because now, don't that look like it's too much? Can you even see it? Is it in frame? Brandy, get it together. Because I could just do one little button like right there, but I still think they look like a face. Like this is his eyebrows and he's frowning. That's his nose and that's his mouth. Like, maybe my imagination is just too crazy. I don't know. I could put this thing on here like that, but I don't like that. I want a silver or something because I think it would look good. If I hadn't embossed this in this color, maybe I could have got away with gold. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and still look like a face on it, but I'm gonna work with it. Put that there, and then I'll work on this bow in a minute after I finish cutting stuff off. Okay, so I have decided to not put the buttons on after I massacred the shank. I was digging in there trying to figure out something for this little tie thingy, and I found these cute little something, jewels. I don't know, they're pretty. I like them. They look very guy-ish. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this strip of tape. I put the strip of tape on this little black cardstock that I cut down to fit across the bow, because you know, sometimes we overcomplicate things. And so what I did is I just put it in the center like that. I apologize if you can't really see it because it's black. And I did this. Hold on. I put a lot of tape on here. A lot of tape. All right. So, yep, I did that. And I just wrapped it around to make it fit. And I did not want it to end up on the front like I want it to go on the back like this. So that is the bow. And I know that most of the times we do these bows and they're a bit fluffier, but this is a guy. I mean, I don't think he won't want to walk around with a big curly bow, you know. So we're not going to curl it too much. We are going to pull it up just a little. And I did put a thin layer of double-sided tape in there as well. And now I'm just going to take some more tape, run it across the back, and put it on the card. Hopefully his bow tie isn't crooked because, you know, I'm not good with that. What is that called? Putting stuff down straight and cutting straight lines. But although I want to say I am practicing, I'm a practicing straight cutter. A straight line cutter, I guess you could say. Yeah. So I'm going to just go ahead and talk, I guess, talk some since I didn't pause it, and I didn't think it would take that long to get this ready. And now we're just going to put this down. And, you know, we have these grids and guides. Well, I have these grids and guides, and I never use the things. Like, what is wrong with this lady? I know a lot of you probably think that. I'm just different. A lot different, I guess. And I'm okay with that. So it kind of lines up evenly because you see this one row and that one row. There we go. And it is on. Yay! It's so crooked. Because this doesn't go straight up. Oh, it does. I'm excited. Now, we're going to put those babies on there. All right, so let's go ahead and attempt to get these things on here without burning my finger. I don't know if that's going to work. Yeah, I don't know if this pickup thing is going to work. Wish me luck. I am burning the mat with this glue. Just a small dab on here. And we're going to go ahead and plop this baby down. You know, that would probably work better if I had some glue dots, huh? But I don't want to, I want to kind of adhere these down firmly, if that makes any sense. I think glue dots would do the same thing, but I want to try it with this glue gun. Since I sit here and let it heat up, I might as well put it to use, right? Again, just one little squeeze, not a big glop like I normally do, because big glops lead to burns, for me at least. And right here is a little bit embossed, so just, you know, if you do decide to do something like this, just work on your alignment, I guess you could say, versus not working on your alignment. I really enjoyed making this card. I hope that you have enjoyed hanging out with me. Something different. Never made a card like this before. And I did say I wasn't going to stamp, and here I was stamping. I still stamped. Okay, so this is how the card is going to look, and I'm going to leave the inside blank. As I'm looking at these dots, these two a little bit off and a little bit close, but hey, you know what? It is great. It's perfect for me. I am not going to beat myself up over it. Now, what I want to do is tell you all that we probably should have put some tape on here before I put all this other stuff on there. So what I'm going to attempt to do, hopefully successfully, I'm just going to come in here with this tape runner. Don't ask where it came from. The paper crafting gods granted my wish and said, look in the drawer. And I looked in my drawers, and there it was where I put it. Although that is not the one that's missing. The one that's missing is missing. Okay, so I did cut this a little bit thin on the sides, as you can tell. So I just need to be very careful with the placement. So if I do place it a little off, I can go back and adjust it. And it looks great, y'all. I hope you like it. Okay, so this is our completed card. I love it. I will link the lady in the video that has a design like this. I don't want anyone to say that I stole their creativity, because that is not the case. Okay, so cute. I don't like that it says man of the moment. Like, really? But I guess, you know, you say lady of the hour, man of the hour when you're honoring someone. So I guess that would be good when it's Father's Day or a birthday. This is something that's cool. And I really, really like that I didn't go with traditional black on black on black on black on black, because, you know, some men, although they dress very traditional, they have one little thing that sets them off, like their socks. Like if you watch Bones, you know that he boots buckles, belt buckles, and his socks speak loudly about him. And I have funky socks too. I love funky socks. I love weirdo socks. So sometimes I'll dress casual when we go places and I have like weird socks on. My boy's like, really? I'm like, yes, really. Anyway, tangent. I've jumped off that ship. And here we are, the completed card. I love everything about it. Like, this card makes me so happy. Not a lot to do with it, just, you know, a lot of piecing together. And on the inside, it is blank. I love this shiny. You can see it like it's pearlescent. I think that is it. And I didn't round the corners. Can you believe that? Anyway, until tomorrow, next time, happy crafting.